the pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense too now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Looking to pass. It's Mayava. Takes the easy completion. And they pick up just a few on that completion. A 3rd and short coming from their own 20-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. And the Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. Steps into this one and unleashes a booming punt. My goodness. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking. Great balance. You know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
The Ducks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like...
There's a crease. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative, and that's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Now on second down. Dante Moore. Fires to the tight end. Running through contact. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. The Ducks go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Running inside. It's Hill. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18.
And I think after that play there, you're seeing how this offense is staying committed to having some balance. They've had so much success early in this game throwing the football, right? They've been lighting the scoreboard up through the air, but they also want to keep the defense on their heels so you continue to run the football. Even if you're not breaking off 60-yard TD runs, you got to have that balance.
Moore from the gun, trying to convert third down. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Ducks! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. The run inside. It's Jordan. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. They'll snap it from the 39. First and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. And the spin move was sweet and athletic, but not necessarily that productive.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Miller with the ball. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. Looking for a man. It's Mayava. It's caught. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver, the different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Trojans line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the 4th quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing how they were able to take everything from the practice field this week and apply it to game day. They've been locked in all week with the game plan, running and throwing the football, man. This has been impressive.
Quarterback making adjustments. Throwing more. Looking deep. Complete to the right. At the 45 on its way. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. And the Ducks come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Moore will throw. Oh, they're after him. Finds his big tight end.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Give up some yardage. They've given up some plays. No big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
They'll go play action with Moore. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Finds his big tight end. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. An ill-advised play by that defender as he makes contact with the quarterback well after the throw, and it'll cost his defense. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Moore, here's the pressure. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. Bringing it back. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
And his QB's put up a lot of numbers today and had a lot of success, but man, he makes his first mistake. And this defense, they finally capitalize. They get the big turnover and stop.
Yeah, they needed something to go their way finally against the pass, and they get it right there. Now, if you're this quarterback, you got to turn the page quickly. Obviously, they're not going to stop throwing the football. They've had tons of success with this game tonight so far. He's going to be able to have to bounce back from that interception.
I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a